Hey guys, Kaliym Islam, the Training Pro here, and welcome to part 5 and the last part of my interview with Malu Scholss of Training Pros. Now in this part of the interview, we discussed how my training organization reports success to the larger organization. We looked at how the organization responded to the training team using Agile, and lastly, we talked about my predictions for 2014. So, sit back and enjoy. And until our next conversation, this is Kaliym Islam, the Training Pro.
It's very impressive. Do you do some kind of an annual report so that organizationally they know what has been accomplished?
Absolutely. So every month I produce a report card to the organization based on the metrics. Every month wow. I produce a report card, and I produce a quarterly report card, and that quarterly report card rolls up into an annual report. Now, again, I'm organized into 3 different training organizations. So I have 3 training organizations that report up into me. So each of them produces a report card for the businesses that they support. And that rolls up into an organizational report card. So I'm able to look at how am I doing overall as an organization, how am I doing with regard to supporting individual businesses.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the businesses themselves ask you to teach them about Agile.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And are you doing that kind of consulting internally too, or?
Now I've got.
Aren't your hands full enough?
So I've got responsibility for client-facing training. But what's happened is a lot of the businesses that we support are really interested in, Kaliym, how do you get stuff out so quickly? So we do have a lot of sort of coffee conversations about Agile and what it would mean. And actually, I think 3 or 4 of the teams in the IT department have started to dabble in using Agile or Agile-like type of development approaches. So
and usually it's IT that uses Agile for us.
And with us, it's opposite. It's a training organization that's sort of pushing IT to use Agile.
And in general, how do you see the atmosphere for 2014 changing as for the state of the industry? I mean, do you want to venture any predictions, or what are the things that excite you most about the current industry? Yeah,
what excites me most is how training organizations have to evolve. Now, the principles of how people learn, that doesn't change. We know that. There's all this research on how people learn. I think what's changed is our ability to actually deliver solutions that better meet those needs. So when you start talking about social media, when you start talking about sort of mobile delivery of learning solutions, when you start talking about sort of flipping the classroom and empowering people to learn, the democratization of learning, I think, is phenomenal. When you start looking at some of these, online universities and MOOCs and those other things, I think, really for the first time, every individual on the planet can potentially be empowered, really, to take their own learning, into their own hands. You're not waiting for an instructor to provide, this sage that has all this knowledge, and there's only one. So you have to basically sit at his feet and wait for him or her to go ahead and bestow the knowledge on you. You can go out there and get it for yourself. I think badges are interesting. So being able to, sort of get some knowledge and have, some other folks in the industry sort of validate that, Malu is an excellent project manager or communications person or salesperson. I think that's phenomenal. And so what's more important is not necessarily that you have a degree from Harvard or Yale or one of these Ivy League schools. Clearly, these guys are a cut above. But guess what? Most folks can't afford to go there. Right? So how do you leverage what's happening in business? How do you leverage the technology, again, to make learning and education,
relevant?
Well, not just relevant, but available to everybody. Yeah, that's what really excites me.
Yes. I thank you so much. Taking up a lot of your time this morning.
No, it's been great. I really I can talk about this stuff until I'm blue in the face, believe me.
And it feels like only the first of a few conversations that we might have about the topic.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.